Good evening, everyone. Daniel Miller here. How are you all doing? Did you have a good day? Are you playing your favorite games? Are you perhaps on PlayStation now? Or you did here with us doing Destiny? We have lots of news coming in today. Most of those were Anthem related. As you know, we are all anticipating very eagerly that Friday the 22nd for the game to be released. But I have to say, there have been some news coming out from various quarters which were perhaps not all that rosy as far as Anthem is concerned. There have been some reviews on the early access, which was sort of proceeding as from Friday. People who were on Origins Premium able to play the full game already since the 15th, and some of the video gaming online magazines indeed were there, and they were sort of expressing concerns that Anthem was very similar to Destiny, that they didn't find enough content, that the dialogue with characters in this massive big blockbuster of Bioware's is not consequential, that the decision making would not have any impact on the actual gameplay. So I don't really know what to believe, because I did play the demo and I found it to be very, very good. In fact, what I found astonishing was the fact that I've played demo for 2 consecutive weekends and I had no spoilers at all. I didn't know at all what indeed the story will hold for us. I did have some ideas on the world we are likely to be facing, and also on the javelin suits and how to use them, but that was about it. And I had some ideas on the monsters and the creatures which are going to be waiting for us out there in the wild. A very, very clever idea to do the demos like this, which almost like a beta test of the game. There's one thing that concerned me during both of those weekends was the multitude of technical issues and glitches, and they were very seriously spoiling my kind of gaming pleasure. Although I really loved what I've seen once the game worked, it really did work. It did appear to be fairly glitchy still, and I've seen on Twitter people complained about a number of technical problems. So I thought perhaps instead of launching the stream on the 22nd, I'll delay it a bit, as they are talking really at BioWare of some very serious updates which will resolve all the glitches. And as you'd appreciate, the vast majority of Anthem fans, lovers, streamers and gamers indeed will access the game on Friday, which means the servers may well be overloaded and suffering a lot of pressure, and therefore many other glitches may occur. So I'll really wait and see what happens. I do not want to have the problem where I have to be discontinuing my broadcast continuously and then reloading the game, because as you know, it is a very immersive game. It's an RPG. It does have this massive big story, and we want to be following the story from the beginning. And also we want to be in position to enjoy the dialogue, the all the RPG elements where we walk around, explore various corners, talk to everyone, look for certain items, that sort of thing. I really like doing that, and I don't like when that is being hampered by continuous crashes or needs for the game to be restarted. And we had many problems during the demo on that front. So although I wanted to really start on the 22nd, I may not start on that day, and I will be obviously streaming Anthem, but it is evident that BioWare will do everything possible during the first week to resolve all the issues. So maybe we'll wait a few days to see how everything is panning out, and then we'll start with our exploration of the Anthem world. In fact, we are not going to be short of entertainment, as we have obviously Apex Legends, a game that's entertained everyone for the last 2 weeks and produced phenomenal results. A very, very good shooter game, very, very good battle royale with characters looking a bit like the creatures from Borderlands, and the environment being similar to PUBG and Team Fortress, and also various other battle royale games. But at the end of the day, it was just all about the community that was gathering there and the hype which was built. The game was dropped out for clear blue sky, nobody knew anything about it, and everyone jumped on the bandwagon and wanted to be there. And I played many games, as you know, in the last 2 weeks, streamed all of them, and had a lot of fun. Although the game was a bit glitchy, and it had some, well, I thought, problems with service you were doing. and we've had many situations where our hits will not register properly, and indeed if we were at the receiving end, we got killed instantly. So we couldn't really work out why, but I did see that there were some concerns on the internet, and they were described as being tick based and ping based. I'm not really a technical expert to tell you, but you know, obviously these are the ones to be resolved in due course. Maybe once the game is in the public arena for a few more weeks, you know, we are likely to be seeing some players disappearing, and therefore the servers might not be overloaded. I don't know what's causing it, but indeed that's something that we are going to be keeping our eyes on. So Anthem is very much ready to be launched on Friday. We did see that BioWare were giving us a calendar of special events to come in March, which are going to be following up on the base of the story, and the base game will comprise the story missions together with stronghold missions, as well as free play, which is your exploration of the open world. And there are likely to be many quests and sub-quests in there, all of which will be enjoyed by all of us, and we simply can't wait for everything to roll. As I said, I'm a bit disappointed to hear that the reports so far are not as rosy as we expected them to be, and they are talking about certain glitches and technical problems persisting, which in game is of concern. So I'm hoping that all of that is going to be resolved, if not by Friday, then certainly to the first week, so we can have our smooth Anthem stream here on everyday basis. Well, we are back to Destiny 1. We are back to our Titan. Titan Human Male DRBMiller played is going to be carry on today. Yesterday we did complete our House of Wolves missions, and today we'll start with the Taken King. So, you know, plenty of those story missions for everyone to enjoy. Lots of things to be still done in here on each one of my characters. And without further ado, we are now going to proceed. There we are. Well, let's see where else we need to go. The Coming War, the Taken King, Patrol Mars. So let me see, is this the area which we need to be approaching? Oh, we've got one of those bounties filled up in reputation, and let me just see very quickly. Yeah, we don't really have Shadow Thief Reloaded, so that's still a leftover. Okay, we probably can do that first. So let me just see where this is going to be. Another perk there, Spray and Play. Disassembly required, that's our rocket launcher. So let's see what perks we have there. We have Smart Drift Control, we have Last Resort. Spray and Play increases the reload speed of this weapon when its magazine is empty, so that's good. Shadow Thief Reloaded. Just think what that is. Excuse me. I believe you already played it on the easy level, so we will do another one on the level which is not easy. In other words, it's called normal, but actually it's quite hard. And it looks like we need to select some other Guardians, but are there going to be any other Guardians to join us? Very, very unlikely. So I'll probably have to do the mission all by myself. Oh yeah, that should be alright as well. It's doable. I'm quite curious to see how many people are presently viewing Destiny on Twitch. Not very many, in fact. Only 58 viewers. But I can see some of our veterans are viewing and streaming as well. One of our good friends, Ryan Chef, is
Varix has brought unsettling news. The Devil Splicers have used Siva to resurrect an old foe. Tenix the Scarred has become Tenix Perfected.
Tanix's crew has joined the Splicers. They're using Siva to reanimate his body and overtake his territory. Lord Saladin says you were indispensable in old Russia, Guardian. We thought you should be the one to handle this.
Indeed, madam. I shall take up the mission with pleasure and relish. No enemy soldier will be left standing. Fear God, honor the king.
Scouts report that the Splicers are capturing local hive for experimentation. End this before we have another Siva outbreak on our hands.
Indeed, sir, shall. Wait a minute, what is going on in there? That was a bit... I was dead a bit too quickly by the looks of it. Okay.
Scouts report that the Splicers are capturing local hive for experimentation. End this before we have another Siva outbreak on our hands.
Ooh. Lewis is here. Hello Lewis, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thanks very much for joining our community, being here for our broadcast of Destiny. Oh. So this one's been resolved. Something else would have hit me, I'm not sure what. Okay. That was a good shot. A bit too far, but also to keep the target appropriately. see whether I have... too far, but I don't have... Oh, he's there. Oh. That's not good.
Scouts report that the splicers are capturing local hive for experimentation. End this before we have another SIVA outbreak on our hands.
Come on, I want to see some of those enemies there. This was really beautiful. Sounds pretty good. So, what's Lewis doing? Are you playing Destiny as well? Are you playing perhaps some other wonderful video game? Are you waiting for Anthem to come out? We are all waiting for Anthem. But as I said early on, we're a bit sort of worried about all those reports related to glitches and to technical issues. So we perhaps will wait a little bit for them to be resolved and then start streaming it here. We'll see. I definitely need a lot of ammunition. So did we see any ammunition in there? I don't think we did. Hopefully there's going to be some ammunition inside. fell into the hole. This was good because the other chaps exploded. The wizard went together with them, so that was beautiful. I'm very happy about that. Have to admit that. Another knight was down. Okay. I thought there was another wizard in there. They're probably inside. Yoga. That's pretty good. That mighty punch was fairly useful. Another ogre. Gotta get out of that. That's ridiculous.
Scouts report that the splicers have
Fancy
captured
going up
local
there
hive for
again.
experimentation. End this before we have another SIVA outbreak on our hands.
this instance I have a few more bits of ammunition, a few more rounds, but beforehand I didn't get any. I don't know why. I keep forgetting that this is a strike, so therefore when I die I have to repeat the whole thing from the beginning. Boo. That's doing that for too many times. Why did this happen?
Scouts report that the splicers are capturing local hive for experimentation. End this before we have another SIVA outbreak on our hands.
Well, that's not gonna work.
Scouts report that the splicers are capturing local hive for experimentation. End this before we have another SIVA outbreak on our hands.
Yet again, I'm getting killed. Well, maybe it's just the fact I haven't played it for a little while.
Scouts report that the splicers are capturing local hive for experimentation. End this before we have another SIVA outbreak on our hands.
What happened now?
Scouts report that the splicers are capturing local hive for experimentation. End this before we have another SIVA outbreak on our hands.
More ammunition. Okay. I don't believe what I'm seeing. Oh, how could I do that? Just beyond me.
Scouts report that the splicers are capturing local hive for experimentation. End this before we have another SIVA outbreak on our hands.
Shrieker. And what on earth was that again?
Scouts report that the splicers are capturing local hive for experimentation. End this before we have another SIVA outbreak on our hands.
So where are the other guys there? Oh, this is a beautiful sight. Definitely want to see a lot more of that. So you could see once these shriekers explode, they still have some fragments which are really deadly. And you don't want to see any of those. Carlos here. Hello Carlo, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thanks very much for joining our broadcast. Thanks for being a member of our community. Carlos asking, am I good? Yeah, I'm good today. Yeah, I'm good. We resumed with our Destiny 1 streams yesterday, so we are back to our Destiny community after doing Apex for 2 weeks. This was a part of our promotion of Apex and Respawn. So always good to come back to Destiny. It's a bit like coming back to your family and friends, you know? On all 3 characters, level 40, and about 390 to 393 light. And I have all 3 characters. I have Warlock, I have Hunter, and presently I'm playing it on Titan. Carlos asking whether I have DLC. We are now on the 3rd DLC. We are proceeding with the Taken King, and I'm playing Destiny the Collection. The Collection Edition has everything, so you know, all DLCs and everything is included. And we've gone through story missions on Warlock and Hunter and completed them. And now we are doing the story missions on Titan. Then once we completed all of that, we'll do some raids, and then after that we'll carry on Destiny 2, because we played Destiny 2 and completed the base game on Warlock. Then we have to do Hunter and Titan there as well, and polish off some of the Warlock's adventures, which are still, you know, they're basically our leftovers on some of the maps. Yeah, that's right. Carlos asking, you bought the collection, right? So it means you have Iron Galahorn, right? I think I got Galahorn as an in-game loot when I was doing Hunter and Warlock, if I'm not mistaken. Don't remember the details, but I'm pretty certain. Ah, no, he is able to aim at me there. Carlos asking whether I'm playing it on PlayStation 4. Presently, all of my streams are on PlayStation 4, and this is obviously for the promotional purposes. So everything we do at the moment here is on PlayStation 4. But we are going to have our PC and our Xbox streams back as well, but not at the moment, yeah. So where is this Olga? He was there a moment ago, but we want to get rid of the wizard as well. That wizard's becoming a bit annoying. Okay, that ogre's gone. So that wizard is left. Okay. Where's the wizard? back to the beginning? I don't want to know that. Carlos says that his username is...
Scout,
and thank you for letting me know. Thank you.
We have another
and thank you for coming and watching our broadcast. Thank you. We hope to see you again soon. This is taking me a while. I thought it was going to be like really nice and easy, a simple stroll, but I was obviously mistaken. Because you know what? This is a strike. And it's given on a hard difficulty level, so there you go. Careful enough, I keep forgetting about those guys. Well, pay the price.
Scouts report that the splicers are capturing local hive for experimentation. End this before we have another SIVA outbreak on our hands.
I'll do this in co-op with another community member. Don't fancy doing it at the moment. And let's see. What else have we got there? We need to go to the tower. We need to decode some of the engrams. Ask for further directions. The Taken King is the next DLC, which we need to be doing. And there we are. Let's go to the postmaster. See if he's got anything for us.
Your name?
Master of the Pit.
Check.
Born of the Pit. Upgrade the Husk of the Pit and transform it into another weapon. Yeah, so we have also emblems in there, and this one probably can get rid of. Can take that one. Confirm decree, it's legendary, and I guess we can have a look and then enable one of those. I think probably Blessing of the Ancients. Blessing of the Ancient Sun.
Ready for reassignment?
Also legendary.
Bye.
See you later, my friend. I'll be back after another battle.
Check it.
All sorts of interesting history here, Titan.
Indeed, I have some very interesting finds for you, sir.
Huh. Interesting. I didn't think you'd choose that one.
And we've got another weapon, so we can see what this weapon is. Husk of the Pit. Okay, automatic rifle. And we got Bestian Dynasty sidearm. And then we have Oligarch rocket launcher 385. We don't actually need that Oligarch. Can get rid of it. And everything else is sorted out.
Come back before I get bored.
Anybody else wants to talk to us?
Ready?
Yeah, and we do have our friend Banshee Gunsmith.
Let's get started.
Cryptarchs say there weren't many guns in the Golden Age. War mines made, Valen forged, armed Earth for the attack, but whatever the collapse was, seems it wasn't too receptive to bullets. At least that's what I remember. Of course, memory is not the same since Twilight Gap. Okay, before the Twilight Gap. So we need to turn this in. So we did turn it in and we got some extra reputation there. And then what we can do is we can have special ammunition
Good
synthesis,
choice.
heavy ammo synthesis.
You take care of that gun, Guardian.
So that's quite good. And what else do we need to do?
Not possible.
Hey, you look like you need training, Guardian.
Hunter, please disregard Master K's false communications. There are no plans to set up a firing range on the promenade.
We don't seem to have anything. So let's just see what other missions we have here for the Taken King, because surely there should be some. We always like watching the scenic views, picture postcard views are there. A moment to reflect and get ready for another battle. So let me have a look. Let me have a look and see what else we've got here. Okay, what is on Mars? I see, so that's the first mission of the Taken King. Okay. So we'll go to the Coming War. That's Fleet-Based Chorus 25, level 25 story. And that will unlock our new section of DLC called the Taken King.
I was born the moment the Traveler died, as everything collapsed around us. Before that day, there had never been a ghost. There had never been a Guardian. I don't know much about the Traveler, but I know it made me to bring you back. And I spent a really, really long time searching for you. The Cosmodrome? Not the first place I looked. As I saw the other ghosts find their guardians, and the centuries went by, I wondered if I'd ever find you. And then, I did.
I remember everything about the day I was born. I still bear the scars. The Awoken are my family now. And I am their queen. We fought to keep our beautiful creation safe. And now this beast has come, claiming to be king. Marasav bows to no one. You and I know how this ends. We've known since you escaped from that pit. The Awoken have played their part. This was all part of the plan. Guide them, my hidden friend. It is all up to you now.
There we are, beautiful cinematics, and we are entering the Taken King.
Guardian, this is Commander Zavala. The Cabal base on Phobos is blasting a signal across all channels. They're willing to break transmission silence. This could be a prelude to a full-scale assault.
We're setting down on Phobos now.
I'll be monitoring your feed, Ghost. Good luck to you both.
There we are. travel to Phobos and investigate the Cabal distress signal. So we are going to be able to do that in a moment, but I just have to take a very, very short break. I'll be back literally in half a minute. There we are, ready to pursue another adventure. This is the beginning of the Taken King DLC on Destiny, the collection. I'm playing like Titan, and I'm DRBMiller.
Zavala, the Cabal are evacuating with extreme prejudice. They're getting torn up down here.
We are to find out exactly what's going on. Breach the Cabal fleet base on Phobos. So that's exactly what we need to do. Yes, this Jaguar22 is here. He says, hello, we played Apex Legends the other day. My name's the Welsh Assassin. Hope you remember me. Indeed I do, sir. Indeed I do. And thanks very much for joining our co-op the other day, being a member of our team and doing Apex Legends. As you can see, we've gone back to our Destiny broadcast in here, but that's not to say that Apex is not going to be played again. We are going to be playing Apex every day, perhaps not as extensively as during the first 2 weeks. This was a part of the promotional campaign, so we had every day, the whole day Apex. But I was very grateful for your participation. I do remember our mission. I've done more than 500 games on Apex so far. I think I've reached level 69 or 68 roughly. So I'm quite happy, with all achieved. And Apex is a truly wonderful game, but also I hope you like Destiny, because this channel is pegged to Destiny, Destiny 1 and 2. We absolutely love it, and we are going to be having Anthem as well once released in full.
Something has drawn us here. I can feel it.
Guardian, I've asked Eris Morn to monitor the channel.
I hear whispers in the dark.
Indeed, so can I, madam. We shall find who they are. As you can see, lots of dead Cabal in there. It's a massive big war had broken out here between different enemies. And we are here to investigate, to find out exactly what's going on. My Titan is going to be very, very busy. I thank Welsh Assassin for coming in, and I thank you also for becoming a member of our Destiny community. That's really, really great. And, you know, I'm building various communities which are based on, well, different games really, but the idea is to bring people together who are having the same kind of interest in a particular type of game, you know, and I think Destiny and Apex, they have something in common, as well as Anthem. As the Jaguar says, I also absolutely love Destiny. If you ever need anyone to play with on there, just let me know and I'd be more than happy to. Terrific. Terrific. In fact, when I finish this mission, if you want to... Well, actually not tonight, no. I do have one, it's called Shadow Thief Reloaded, you know, an extra strike. I was playing it early on, but it is a strike that needs 3 people in it. And literally there was nobody else doing it, so I was being slotted in by myself. I could have done it, but I fancied redoing it with someone else. So maybe we do that on another night, maybe we do that tomorrow. And I'll tell you why, because I'll do still Destiny for a little while, and then I'll do a bit of Apex, which is going to be late on. I've not done any Apex yesterday, and I think Apex is due at least for a few more firefights. But I indeed will keep you on my books, and I will invite you when I need somebody to come in for my strikes, and for any required co-op. Well, thank you so much for offering, and thank you very much for coming and being a member of our community. Our community is very, very busy and vibrant, but you know, on certain days we have fewer people coming in, but we usually get lots of Destiny veterans, and they really come every day, at least to say hello, you know. Quite a few of them come, and they're really terrific guys. The Destiny community is very, very energetic and very helpful, full of tips and advice, as well as a lot of interest in the video game industry. So we have some really good, interesting conversations. In fact, last night I spoke for several hours to some of our community members who were asking me various things about film industry, you know. So we talked about some of our London cinemas, the ones which are still operating, the ones that have gone, and various other things which are connecting video and film industries together. So it was a very, very interesting night.
What the hell was that?
Fingertips on the surface of my mind.
Yes. Thank you for your input, Eris.
The area's looking mysterious. This is proper war. We are here to find out actually what's going on, because nobody else knows. At the moment, everyone's just blown to bits. We are not facing any hostiles. But make no mistake, we are going to face some of those as well.
I will endure.
Good. Enemies are just about to be approaching, so watch out for this.
They speak a word, a name. He is here.
Oh, he's here.
Your will to me.
I need to survive the attack. Just a bit more and we will be gone. There we are.
You have seen his face. It was his hand that transformed the Cabal.
This mission is scrubbed. Guardian, get to your ship and get out of there.
What is this? Should be able to pick it up, I think. Let's see. Don't really need that one. Okay, we survived the attack.
There's a notification from 3 days ago. A Primus Ta'am suspended all Phobos mining operations and recon, pending investigation of a trans-Jovian threat.
Okay, managed to resolve them all, so that's pretty good. All dead. Let's just get out of there, and then I'll make
we have
myself
reports of
portray.
these taken across the system. Go! Get out!
I need to get out ASAP.
Our ship's landing across the airfield. Hurry!
Where is the ship? I died. I slipped into the abyss. Boo! Didn't want to see that.
Our ship's landing across the airfield. Hurry!
So we need to go then directly to the airfield, right? Wow. Where's the... Where's the way in? Oh, I see. We have to go in there. Okay.
Almost there.
There we are, we made it. We survived. Very good.
Zavala, we made it to our ship. We're heading home.
There we are, that's the beginning of the Taken King. So very good. Looking really good and proper. Yeah. A few times I slipped in there, unfortunately. What was it? Mission summary. And then we are going to continue. Coming back home. He is evil.
Their leaders belong to you. The rest await extermination. No. Gather them. I will take them all.
Here you are. Your mortal enemy.
My
uncovered.
contacts near Saturn say the weapon fired only once.
It's not like the Queen to attack a superior force.
How could she have known? How could anyone? We need a warlock inside the Dreadnought.
Here we go. Our first priority must be to protect the city. Our Guardian got a good look on Phobos. Whatever it was, it turned Cabal against Cabal, wiped out their base in minutes. How long would we last?
Until we understand what we're dealing with.
They are taken.
Eris, get your rock off my map.
It hasn't spoken since Crota fell. It speaks now, because Oryx has arrived. Come to fulfill the final covenant of his son.
But why fight the Cabal?
Not fighting. Taking. Controlling their will.
So we focus on his army. Kill these Taken until he's all that's left.
Whatever you kill, Oryx will replace.
The Dreadnought, then. How do we get past that weapon?
Without ending up like the Awoken.
I gotta go, see about a ship.
Cade, our discussion is not yet concluded.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm leaving.
Beautiful cinematics. Always interesting to find out more about the story, isn't it? Lots of people complained that there wasn't enough of that story in Destiny 1, but then once there was quite a bit of it in Destiny 2, people complained again. I just love Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 altogether. So what's the mission that we need to do? Yeah, we need to go back to the tower, and then we need to speak to Cade because he will tell us more about the threat that the Taken pose. So stand by and then advance. There we are. Back to tower. And we need to speak to Cade, as told. But actually, it looks like we have another engram to be carried in there.
I think I've improved our decryption efficiency. It's not the gear that counts, it's the guardian who uses it.
Thank you, sire.
Can
Really appreciate your service. I'll be back after another battle. Just getting all of that kit which is not useful. And we have another weapon in there. Pulse rifle 385. Yeah. Okay.
Always interesting.
Indeed, sir. Fear God, honor the king. I will be back after another hard-won battle.
It is never over. There will always be a mission.
The first person we need to speak to is Cade.
There's the Guardian I've been looking for. Look, only way to stop the Taken is to get you on the Dreadnought.
I've got a plan, but we'll need more specialized kind of gear. Lucky for us all, I spent years prepping for special circumstances.
We need a stealth drive. I've got one hidden in the...
Cade, what are you whispering?
Nothing? Nothing. I'll contact you in the Cosmodrome.
So we have another
Wish I could go with you.
mission in
Right,
there.
we'll watch this place, right?
And the mission is Cade's Stash. So you could see. Ascend a colony ship in the Cosmodrome in search of Cade's lost cache. Complete mission Cade's Stash. So that's all from us today, my friends. We are going to have a short Apex Legends stream after this one as well. We wanted to start a brand new section of the game, which is the Taken King. We've done that today. We fought one of the missions successfully. We survived all of that Cabal nonsense which was taking place on the planet. We realized that Oryx is indeed one of those enemies that we'll have to be contesting. And we are proceeding with the Taken King as from tonight. So it's been a very, very good experience. It's been a very, very good evening of entertainment and our Destiny 1 missions. We are continuing with our Titan and we are pursuing our story missions, and tomorrow we will crack on with another one which is called Cade's Stash. So we are going to cash our bounties first of all. Like you can see, got some Mote of Light and Oryx is forward as well. So let's see whether we get anything else. Up in reputation, advancing on all fronts. The Taken King needs to be pegged. And then we are going to be continuing with our missions tomorrow. Okay, we got something else as well. Some enhancement by the looks of it. And that's for our chest armor. Another perk unlocked. Void double down. Increased agility for 5 seconds after void double kill. So that's very good. And then we also have Zavala to speak to.
Field, Titan?
So let me just quickly see whether he wants to talk
Guardian,
to us.
the city has need of you.
No.
I have need of you.
I'm not going to talk to him because we are going to be completing our missions one by one in order to provide you with a story in a linear fashion. I think the difficulty arises if we, pile up many different missions and quests, and then, one can get really confused. So our next mission is going to be Cade's Stash, and that will be fought tomorrow. So as always, we are going up on the terrace and then have a look at the city we love the most and the planet we swore to protect. There we are. Picture scenic views, picture postcard scenic views. And on that note, I shall wish you, first of all, I thank you all for coming, for participating, for joining us. I thank all of our new followers and our new community members. And today we had a bit of a shorter stream of Destiny, but as I said, my schedule is changing, and we are, we're trying to really make enough space for our morning and evening streams of Destiny and Apex, later also of Anthem. I do apologize for somewhat shorter streams during the last couple of days, but as you know, I'm really working very hard on our admin and everything else that needs to be done for this channel to be fully operational and indeed running on everyday basis. So I thank you all for coming. Thank you for supporting Destiny. Thank you for supporting Bungie. Thank you for supporting our Destiny community here, also for supporting my channel, and also for your participation tonight. Thank you. We have some new followers. Thank you guys for coming. Hope you will enjoy your stay here and indeed our broadcasts. And on that note, I will wish you all a very, very good night.